Foundations of Math 2, Solving Rational Functions, Unit 3. All right, so when you have a fraction equals a fraction, they're pretty easy to solve. All you have to do is cross multiply. So we have 7 times x equals 5 times 6. It's okay if you have 5 times 6 on the left and 7 times x on the right. That's fine, as long as the crisscross ones are the ones that are together. You have 7x equals 30. Divide both sides by 7. And then the only thing I want you to do is simplify the fraction if it can be simplified. You can always check that. You can always check that by putting it in your calculator, hitting math, fraction, enter, and it will simplify it for you if it can be simplified. The next one, again, I'm cross multiplying, so I have 10 times 3 equals 4 times p plus 2. Anytime there's more than one thing in your numerator or denominator, you need to put parentheses around it. So on this side we have 30. On this side we're distributing 4p plus 8. Subtract 8 from both sides. 22 equals 4p. Divide both sides by 4. And you can simplify that, like I said, in your calculator. And you get 11 halves. P equals 11 over 2. Again, cross multiplying. So I have 4 times n minus 9 equals 7 times n plus 5. Distribute. 4n minus 36 equals 7n plus 35. I want to get my n's together, so I'm subtracting 7n from both sides. Negative 3n minus 36 equals 35. Add 36 to both sides. I have negative 3n equals 71. Divide both sides by negative 3. That fraction doesn't simplify. I get negative 71 thirds. The next one, 8 times 7b plus 4 equals 3 times b minus 9. Distribute. You have 56b plus 32 equals 3b minus 27. So that was from distributing. Get my v's together. I'm going to subtract 3b from both sides. So I have 53b plus 32 equals negative 27. Subtract 32 from both sides. You have 53b equals negative 59. Divide both sides by 53. And you have b equals negative 59 over 53. That fraction also does not simplify. The next one, cross multiply. 6 times b plus 5 equals 4 times b plus 9. Distribute. So you have 6b plus 30 equals 4b plus 36. Get your b's together. I'm going to subtract 4b from both sides. So I have 2b plus 30 equals 36. Subtract 30 from both sides. 2b equals 6. Divide both sides by 2, and you get b equals 3. The next one, 8 times x plus 5 equals 6 times 5x minus 4. Distribute. So I have 8x plus 40 equals 30x minus 24. Get my x's together. I have negative 22x plus 40 equals negative 24. Subtract 40 from both sides. I have negative 22x equals negative 64. Divide both sides by negative 22. You have x equals 32 over 11 when it simplifies. Again, you can check that in your calculator. divided by negative 22, math fraction, enter 32/11. On the back, we're going to work on adding and subtracting fractions here. When you add and subtract fractions, you have to have a common denominator. Once you do that, you add and subtract the numerators. So this one has a common denominator. So I'm just subtracting my numerators. Anytime you have subtraction, you need to put your numerator in parentheses and distribute. 5a plus 2b minus 5a minus 4b all over 6a cubed. Combine your like terms. A minus 5a is negative 4a. 2b minus 4b is negative 2b all over 6a cubed. The only thing you can do is simplify. Here you can pull out that negative 2, so I'm going to pull a negative 2 out front, so I'm left with 2a plus b over 6a cubed. And now I'm going to simplify this fraction. So I have negative 1/3. And then my 2a plus b on top over my a cubed there on the bottom. You can redistribute that negative if you want. Negative 2a minus b over 3a cubed should be your answer. All right, the next one. I'm adding, so I'm just combining my like terms on top. I already have a common denominator. 4a plus a is 5a, and negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. I can't simplify any of that because my 5 and 6 don't have anything in common. When you're adding and subtracting fractions within an equation, what you want to do is get a common denominator all the way across, and then you can cancel it out and work on your numerator. So here, I'm canceling out because I already have a common denominator. And I have y plus 4 equals 3y. Get my y's together, I'm going to subtract y from both sides, so I have 4 equals 2y. Divide both sides by 2, and you have y equals 2. This one does not have a common denominator, but to get a common denominator, all I have to do is multiply by one thing. I have 5a here, I have 5 here, and a here. So what you do is you multiply each one by something to make them all the same. Well, I can multiply 5 by a to make it 5a, and I can multiply a by 5 to make it 5a, and I don't have to change this. What I do to the bottom, I have to do the top. So I'm multiplying by a over a here, and by 5 over 5 here. So I have a over 5a minus 2 over 5a equals 5 over 5a. Now that my denominators are all the same, I cancel them out. I have a minus 2 equals 5. Add your 2 to both sides. A equals 7. And then the last one, this one right here is called difference of squares. Difference of squares is a way to factor that you should have gone over in Math 1. When you have the difference or subtraction from two perfect square factors, so x squared minus y squared, then you can factor that into x plus y and x minus y. Difference of squares. So here, essentially what you're doing is taking the square root. So this one, x squared minus 16, the square root of x squared is x, so I have x in one, x in the other, and the square root of 16 is 4, and I add 1 and subtract the other. So since this is equal to x plus 4 times x minus 4, I can take x minus 4 and multiply it by x plus 4, and I can take x plus 4 and multiply it by x minus 4 to get my common denominator. If you FOIL this out, when you multiply here, you get x squared, x times x is x squared, minus 4x, x times negative 4. 4 times x is plus 4x. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. These guys cancel, x squared minus 16. So that's your difference of squares. So now on top, since I'm multiplying by 1, I have x plus 4 over x squared minus 16. Plus, I have x minus 4 over x squared minus 16 equals 22 times x squared minus 16. There's probably going to be one exactly like this on your test. Cancel them out. You have x plus 4 plus x minus 4 equals 22. Combine your like terms. X plus x is 2x. 4 minus 4 cancels out. 2x equals 22. Divide both sides by 2, and you get x equals 11.